Ready? Okay. Hello everyone, thank you for joining us. The new student, Korean student, is she coming or is she gonna stay over there? Okay, we might as well get started. Oh, I'm looking at these photos here. Today, I'd like to share with you our new book. This is a new book from Korea. It's all in Korean. You can see here. Okay, you can tell here. And the title is in Korean. Not sure it's really in Korean, but they're supposed to be going to Jewel Mountain and coming back empty-handed. Okay, that's what it says. The Chinese originally, I'm told that a little bit off. We didn't pay much attention to this because it is a totally Korean product. We've been too busy to look into that. So but when we looked at the Chinese character, a little bit off. I hope the Korean is a returning, coming back, or this is a going. One Texini, can you tell? Oh, who's translating right now? Is it Sarah or Sarah? Okay, fine. Can you tell? Is it going back?
Master?
Coming back, return?
So Venerable Shannon says she purposely changed it to coming back.
Hui?
No, she changed Hui to lie.
Hui to lie? Yeah,
so that's the title of the book.
So lie is going there empty-handed.
She should explain this. She said it's like coming back to Korea, like coming back. But then she said in Korean it sounds...
Wait.
Well,
she came back to Korea empty-handed?
Yeah, that was the implication.
No. No.
Actually, she should explain this because
So it's on purpose.
It's on purpose.
So we can
my point is
rest
it's on purpose.
We can rest easy because it's done on purpose.
It's done on purpose.
No wonder one Taxini was doing, why do you wake me up? Okay, so it is, one thing about that is very tastefully done. Colors and layout and finishing, everything is really top-notch quality. I'm very proud to say that because it's we have a few books out of our own, none of this quality. Okay, so pretty impressive. Look at all these photos. Even if you don't look at, you don't understand Korean, you see it's like going back in time where the times where she was still a layperson, and not too long ago, like 3-4 years ago, she's still a layperson, and then so much happier before, and then now she's becoming. This is her latest photo for the book. Look at that. How happy she looks in Korea. How can she say going back to Korea empty-handed? She lost her hair, but and then you notice this small detail here that didn't get unnoticed is that they put a fan here, like the Marilyn Monroe famous photo, to blow the sash up. Look at that. It's so well thought out. And this is Jewel Mountain Temple, our way place in Korea, our first one. Okay, and this happened to be in the bookstore. Many bookstores already. It turns out that it's in the Jogi Order bookstore. I'm told. Okay, and then today they're broadcasting. When they wake up in Korea, they're broadcasting this interview of hers. This is so it's done. These photos are taken at the radio station, and look at how all these people are standing up around her, posing with her. She's seated, and the rest of them standing up. The details like there shows she understands the Dharma. When she brought me to the TV station 3 years ago, I was standing with all of them. Now she got it, okay? And, look at this. This is the interview. So what we have here is a celebrity amongst our Sangha. Well, congratulations, Xienan. She did good work. So that book is about the story of all the people who practice Chan and got the responses from practicing Chan meditation. So that's what it's about. And so these testimonials of the people who wrote back to her and shared the stories, so they collected that. And also, we also recently received some feedback in Vietnamese from Vietnamese Chan meditator. So it's very nice feedback. She maybe someday will translate that from Vietnamese into English and all those things. Okay. She had very, very long feedback or testimonial, if you will, about her good experiences with Chan meditation and how it changed her life. All right, so we thank her for the feedback, and we appreciate it because stories like that will help make regular people understand what Chan can do for you. Because the way we teach Chan is different in that Chan is to for you. The Chan are specific instructions for you to execute in order to get the great benefits from Chan meditation. Oh, before I forget as well, just in case you haven't noticed, in the background where we're broadcasting is actually a new altar that we have, which is finished recently at Jewel Mountain. So that's right here, right behind me. This is a 250-year-old wood, okay, redwood, okay. And so if you have a chance, come up and take a closer look. It's beautifully done, and we're proud of it. Good work. In fact, we are putting the finishing touches on Gold Mountain Temple, so to maybe in the near future officially open to the public. Okay, so for the last year or so, over a year or so, we've been working hard on getting this ready to open to the public, and eventually we should have a official announcement or I said a party or something to celebrate and officially say thank you to all the hard work that our supporters at the Go Force has been very steady in providing to us to make this happen. Many people pitched in, and we're very, very grateful. Okay? In fact, the transformation so far is just incredible. It used to be a dumping ground. People came to this lot here to dump things they didn't want, clothing, furniture, and whatever, what have you. And inside is a big mess, mold and dust and a lot of debris. And homeless people used to puncture a hole in the ceiling so that they could climb down to stay here. And we took over, and we slowly and gradually remodel and fixed it up. So it's a lot of blood and sweat, if you will. In particular, I was talking to Tuan yesterday at lunch. Maybe he can share with us his story. It wasn't long ago, like only last year, that I was very, very sick. Okay, and I was actually bedridden for two months before I could do anything. So during the time, that's when we purchased this property here, and we are. And it was still a huge mess, and that's when I became very, very ill. The funny thing is that I've never been that sick before in my entire life, and I was sick, and it's so. Say, Tuan, would you like to share the section where you told us yesterday at lunch? You remember? You said that you just walk in here because your friend YongHua told you to come here and support the temple, okay? and you and your wife came to the building here, and it's all dusty, moldy, and you had to wear masks. Pandemic is the last thing you worry about. You were even more worried about getting all the mold and the mildews into your lungs and and the virus.
Yes, Master. I just want to long make it short. Is the first I step into this building is really like dirt and like a dumpster, nothing around like a human living. After, I don't know, we just come here, pick every single nail in the wall, and then we try to come to support the district for, cultivation. But the thing, when I come, I say, wow, what is it, this place? So we start like, whatever.
You wouldn't even, if they pay you wouldn't even come here, right? No way you come here. Yeah. No one would come here. No one in the right frame of mind would come here.
Yeah. So normally when I'm doing my job before is the flip part. When I step into the house, when I heard they say this house is more than 65 years old, then don't even ask me to walk in. When I walk in, I supposed to wear all the safety equipment before I walk in. But somehow I just go in and I do it from my heart sincerely. Both of us, me
and you force your poor wife to go and help you as well.
Yeah.
He says, honey, this is an opportunity of a lifetime. Something like that, yes?
Yeah. Also, and Chen Phong, and we all work together to bring up the play. Yeah,
there were only like a few of you, right?
Yeah.
Who would dare venture into this building here because it might collapse or
Yep.
you got some rats or snakes or
There's a lot of
some
things.
kind of wild beasts.
So many things. It keep coming, and come obstruction, all kind try to stop in that, but we just keep moving on, step by step. A lot of challenging too.
Yeah. And then when you were at it, you found out, you heard that your master was gravely ill down south.
Yes, that's the most touching my heart, because the moment I waiting, the moment we open, and then my master, he sick and all kind of ill, everybody worry. Yeah, so many things I don't know what to say, but important thing is the
what
last.
Did you get into? What did YongHua got you into? Get you into?
So many memory.
And when I was so sick, but it's funny thing is, it never crossed my mind I would die. I couldn't do anything. I mean, I was just lying there like a bag, and it's funny thing. It's so painful. Like someone takes a jackhammer and hit my spine, pounded on my spine, constantly, 24 hours a day. It was so painful. Okay, that I endured it for the first 3 weeks. I said, I'm tough, okay? I've been teaching my students to endure the pain. So now it's my turn to prove to them that I too can endure the pain. So for 24 hours a day, I endure the pain, okay? After 3 weeks, I said, this is it, I'm done. This is inhumane. So I quit. I said, I quit. I don't want to do the Bodhisattva path anymore. I give up. And you know, the funny thing, as soon as I said I gave up, the pain stopped. So it's like torture. And it stopped for about a few minutes and started again. You know why? Because they knew my karmic retribution people, the people who are having their revenge on me, knew that I was lying to them. So I didn't fool them for very long, and they beat up on me again. Okay, and then so they went on and on like that, and at night I couldn't even sleep for 24 hours a day. No sleep. Couldn't eat. I would vomit anything that went through my mouth, and was very thirsty, itchy, 24 hours a day, thirsty 24 hours a day. So the only thing I could do was eventually drink something, okay, drink water, and then so for 2 months I basically was drinking. Later on, after a while, I was able to start drinking juices. So the juice shops wouldn't open until like 8 o'clock in the morning. So around 5 or 6, I was dying of thirst already. Okay, so I was living on fruit juices, but still felt like going to the bathroom. So I would go to the bathroom. I would tell ask my students, there's 2 of them who had to take turn at night to come and help me, because I basically was bedridden on the floor, on the tatami, okay? And so after like 2 hours of enduring that pain, I couldn't take it anymore. I would wake up. Okay, they have to take turn because they drained out 24 hours a day taking care of me. Okay, so they had to take turn. One would go over for a few days, for one shift, and the other takes over the next shift, and so on for 24 hours. And so I would wake them up and say, "Give me some oil." Okay, the magic oil we have. Okay, so they had rub my back with the oil, and that stopped the pain for about 20 minutes. Okay, so after a couple of weeks, they both drained out themselves. I drained everyone around me. and no stamina. So I was lying down most of the time, and then when I had to go, had the urge to go, they had to pull me up. Okay, they had to physically pull me up. I would sit up for about 1 or 2 minutes to gather strength, and then there's an urge to go. Okay, but I couldn't get up. Okay, and then after 2 minutes or so, then I asked them to pull me up so that I could stand up. I would stand up for a few minutes, 3 or 4 minutes. Okay, I walk 1 step, 2 steps. Okay, and go to the bathroom right there next to the office, and close the door, and then sit down and bend over for half an hour, and nothing. Nothing comes out basically. And And now I could relate to the people who are sick, who are dying, or they cannot go to the bathroom, how painful it is. It's so painful. Okay, so the torture is 24 hours a day. Okay, well, the funny thing is that I never thought that I would die for some reason. Okay, I accepted it as a torture, as retribution. Never worried that I'm going to die. Okay. So anyway, so I remember Thoại saying that he's distraught and say, "What's happening here? I walk here, it's a mess here, and the master in charge is dying down there, and what am I supposed to do here? This is not a good situation for me and my wife." And what else did he say? Did he say yesterday? You said something about like, no one comes here or something like that, huh? You remember?
Yes, Master. After we done, it's not yet. The building when we done is just 2 of us do the chanting, me and my wife. And
just 2 of you?
Yeah, me and my wife. By that time,
no monk up here, right?
Only 1 monk is Venerable XJ.
Oh, yeah, my Dharma prince.
Yes. By that time, he's sick too. He's coughing. When he chanting, he keep coughing. I'm kind of worried too. Yeah. So we offer for him the Tylenol.
Yeah, I remember he went down there for a while, and he was coughing. I said, "What are you doing coughing? You go back up north." Bring your germs up there, back up there. Anyway, yeah, and so he's coughing too. We got his lungs as well. You see the sacrifices you all have to do. Okay, and then what?
So after that, we just keep chanting, no matter what. One time I'm listening to
Master GFCMC.
Yeah, Master GFCMC talking, and me and my wife, we listened. Grandmaster was saying that 0 people, 1 people, 2 people, we still have to keep chanting, no matter what. So we just come in and we support. And I talk to my wife and say, "Oh, what is it? We don't know how to chant. Venerable XJ, he kind of up and down sometimes, and he's sick, he cough." So I keep chanting, and so I figured out a way, ask YongHua to help some people know how to chant and come to supporting us. Yeah, she sent some people come, and then for that moment we start slowly learning, because I don't know how to chant before also. So we just like an elementary class.
I see.
So,
interesting. Yeah. So, anyway, it's very, very difficult times. Yenche, you remember? You have anything to say? I remember he's coughing, and I said, "Oh my God, it's these people are getting sick."
Yeah, I remember I was sick up there for a while. It took quite a while to get better there too.
And he's very tough, never complained. Huh? He never complained. Never complained to me. He just coughed into my food. That's his way of getting back at me, you see. Okay, so, and that's the thing about Chan meditation. You practice Chan, and we are able to repair our bodies from all these things. Okay, it's a real skill that you develop. There's a little bit of dust and viruses, whatever, come to our lungs. Big deal, because Chan meditation will cleanse it out. The qi will destroy any kind of buildup in there. So we never really were worried about that. When Master Shinche first started, he would report to his parents everything that happened in the temple. And I said, why did you do that? You're not supposed to do that, because people wouldn't understand. Okay, but this is the self maintenance that you're developing over time. That is, as your skill improves, you'll be able to get your body healthier and your mind stronger. So that's Chan meditation is about. It's about providing you with instructions on what to do so that you can get there yourself. Okay? It's not something that can be described. Chan meditation is meant for us to lead you there. Okay? Via the instructions. All right? We last week, people asked us, there's an email that says, from this lady who says, I want to help me improve. Okay. And we didn't really have a chance to get to it. Our purpose in teaching you Chan, the reason I personally teach you Chan, the reason why I personally sit here with you on Saturday mornings is because to help you improve, help you practice Chan the way that my master never gave me. Okay, because over the years, I finally discovered what it takes to help people. Because when I first started, I learned everything from the books, from my master's teachings, from the books. I was never able to sit with him, for example, personally or physically sit with him. I wish I could. Never did, not even once. Okay. When I learned Chan, he was still alive for a few months, then he passed away. But back then, he stopped teaching already. He's basically waiting to die. Yeah. So I didn't have the instructions. I didn't have the proper training, if you will. So I had to figure things out. And when he finally asked me to start teaching, and I had to figure out how to teach. And so through trial and errors, and by referencing what his Chan teachings were, the Chan teachings is not like a paper or a thesis paper where you list out everything. You write down a paper describing the process or everything you know. The teaching of Chan that he did, which is the way that patriarchs teach, are spread out throughout his teachings, throughout his lectures. Why? Why is it so? Chan meditation, Chan teaching is not theory. It's never a theory. Okay? The theory is very little. What most of it is a lot of actual applications, actual detailed instructions for each individual. Because in order for you to progress through Chan meditation, through Chan, or any kind of spiritual practices, you will have to go through what we call samadhi level, concentration level. That's clearly delineated. From zero concentration, which ordinary people have, you move on to first dhyana, okay? And that's the beginning of what we call the beginning of concentration. It's not real concentration yet. It's beginning concentration where you get a flavor of what it is to have concentration. And that you're hooked. Once you have that, you're hooked. Because you experience the bliss, you experience a kind of peace of mind that you never had before in your entire life. Okay? And the energy in your body is vastly increased. Okay? Your stamina increases. Your mind is quicker, is more alert. Okay? And then you move on to second dhyana, where now it's called concentration. And when that happens, okay, when you go to second dhyana, you begin to emit light. Okay, you may not see it, but the people who have spiritual eyes can see that you emit light when you're in second dhyana. Okay, in particular, when you're in second dhyana, you emit light, and therefore you draw attention to the heavenly demons upstairs in the sixth desire heaven, where we are. You draw attention and they say, there's someone practicing Chan, practicing meditation, and he's making progress. Better come and stop him. As soon as they realize you emit light, they will come and try to stop you. And this is the kind of details that we in Mahayana know, okay? That most people don't realize it because if that happens to you, you'll be stopped dead in your tracks. It will come and stop you from practicing and create conditions for you to regress. Okay, so we know that. So that's why one of the things that we do when we teach meditation is, which is absolutely necessary, is to provide protection for you. So it's not meditation, learning meditation is not something like you casually go into, let's say, a place in New York and pay $40 per hour, sit down and meditate, okay, and expect to get a good experience and get your money's worth. It's not like that at all, because if it is commercialized, then they will not be able to provide you the kind of protection that's supposed to happen. Okay? So if the heavenly demons come and harass you, you are helpless. There's nothing you can do. You're totally at their mercy. Yes, you too, question.
Which one?
Which one?
I did. Yellow. Which one helps increase samadhi better, sitting at 9 a.m. with master or sitting at a Dharma talk?
Both. Okay, I come to that. It's a good question. Okay, so let me stress the point. That is that most teachers don't tell you this because they don't realize the importance of this. We need to provide you protection. Same like when we hear we need the police to patrol the streets out there so that we're not harassed, especially by the Asian haters right now. Okay? So notice that. Without that, we're going to have all kinds of disturbances and interruptions. Okay? So that's what we are supposed to do for you. Provide you with the protection, an environment, and a time, and a place. And then on top of it, you need to have the protection in order for you to be able to execute the instructions. Okay? So that's why I'm sorry, but for the people who would go into a place and pay money and meditate, stuff like that, most likely they on their own they cannot get the kind of protection they're supposed to get. They need to get because that kind of protection, if you are able to do that, you would not be charging for it. You're not supposed to charge for it. You're not supposed to make money of it. Okay? So far so good? Chant meditation, the authentic chant meditation that the Shakyamuni Buddha brought to this world and taught his disciples, the patriarchs, Mahayana patriarchs, are free. They're supposed to be a gift from the Buddha to all of us. All of us. Free. Okay? We're not supposed to profit from it. I'm sorry. That's the way it is. Yes, you too.
Will there be any changes in the physical appearance of the person emitting light?
Not very noticeable to you. Okay? But every time your skills improve, you will have some physical changes that we professionals can notice. Okay? As your skills levels are higher, they are a lot more noticeable. Okay? So for example, the young lady here that I recently said, she went from second stage Arhat to third stage Arhat, okay? Is none of you can notice it, but I noticed that when she bows, her motion is so fluid. You go from one motion, it's one single motion. Whereas for you, your body, especially you Koreans, the way you are taught how to bow, okay? It's by phases, right? You go up like this and you push your legs up, okay? So it's all broken down. Whereas this lady here, when she bows, it's like one motion. That's just like a high level martial arts, okay? One single motion, one stroke with her entire body, okay? The rest of you, pay attention to the way she bows. Okay, and then you see. Okay, so I noticed immediately. I said, "Whoop!" The last time I saw you bow, last month, is a lot more mechanical. Now it's like, ooh, it's so smooth. Okay. So yes, there are some. So it tells you that that the legs are stronger, the back is stronger. Okay, and the mind is more nimble. So for that kind of smooth motion, okay, the mind is so concentrated. You see that? Whereas you Koreans, you Sunims, the way you're taught to bow, okay, because you bow a lot. The Korean Buddhism, the Korean Son people, they're very advanced too. They're very good too. And they specialize, a lot of them would like to bow, which is an excellent form of practice. Okay, and they train themselves how to bow properly, because they bow in the thousands or the 10,000s, and you do that, your knees wear out. Okay, do not even dream of thinking that your knees will be okay if you do it properly. Mechanically, if you bow that often, okay, your sockets will wear out. Physically, it's going to happen. Okay, it's not advisable. Okay, you have to do it in moderation. Okay, Buddhism is about middle way. It's about moderation. You don't do that to your body. Okay, but even when your technique of bowing, okay, is so face oriented, it's not supposed to be like that. It's one motion. And she can demonstrate and teach you, and you see, it's one motion, up and down. Okay? So yes, physically you change, you become stronger, and you look younger. I don't know if you're interested in that. Why do you look younger? You look younger even without Botox and hair grafting. Okay? Because your energy level is drastically increased. People look older not only because of the skin. Okay, the skin is actually tighter, a little bit tighter when your skill improves, but also the fact your energy level decreases drastically. Okay, so your eyes are drooping, and your energy level is so much lower. Your stamina is lost. Whereas when you increase your level, actually your stamina increases, and your energy level is much higher. That's why you feel younger, and you do look younger. You look more alert. Okay? And your mind is, I give you a very humble number. From one level to the next, at least twice as fast as before. You are smarter. Okay? Way Mountain Temple question.
Master, how best to cope with the interference of demons as you progress? You can find that you are hampered by the interference of demons. How do you cope with that?
That's a good question. The Hinayana people, or the typical left form people, they recite a mantra where they actually seal, an area around them when they meditate, so that the demons cannot cross it. Okay, so the demon can stay just outside and holler at you and threaten you and try to distract you, but they cannot cross that line. Okay, and that's what the Hinayana people can teach you. That's what the Sunims the monks and nuns are taught, that kind of Dharma. Did they teach you the Dharma? Did they teach you that? No? Okay, so you guys are not specialists in Chan meditation. Okay, those are simple things. But, however, there are other things too that you can do to yourself to help your cause, like choosing a proper place. Okay, avoid going to places where there are a lot of them around, so they're very noisy, like cemeteries, like funeral homes. I was at the funeral homes recently, last 2 days ago. I didn't like it. Too noisy. Okay, too many troublemakers. They're all possessed. All the people who are there, who work there, are all possessed by demons, by ghosts. Okay. Anyway, so it's not a good profession, by the way. Okay, I wouldn't advise you to get into that line of work if you can help it. So you can help. Oh, there's more questions. But the best way, in summary, is to go to a place like a temple where you get the protection, a lot better protection, because even if you seal that thing around there, there's also one thing that sometimes it can break through because your seal is not strong enough, and worse yet, the biggest problems you have that impedes your progress is you, not the demons. And in order for you to stop, to not let it happen, your best bet is something we call in Mahayana a good knowing advisor. Meaning your teacher who experienced enough to know what's stopping you. Okay? And so I'm not horribly worried about demons. I'm more worried about you. Okay? And it's you, the demon can, most of the time, they can only distract you and make you quit. It's you who have to decide to fall prey to it. It says you want to quit, you want to give up. So it's a good no advisor overall in Mahayana Chan who understands that, who can help you provide protection and guidance for you to avoid those issues. Okay? So we recognize your limitation. When you stay at home, your protection is limited. Okay? It pays for you to go to the temple where you have much better protection. All right? And more importantly, you have the good no advisor there who will provide the guidance for you. For example, we have things like chanchis and stuff like that, where these are intense meditation sessions, or where you receive very superior training. But also we have short ones, like what is it? What do you have here? Saturday night or Friday night? Saturday night. Okay. You can come Saturday night. Once a week. You can arrange for time. We know that your time schedule is very limited. So especially in Silicon Valley here, you have a lot of pressure at work, a lot of stress as well. It's worthwhile for you to arrange for the time to come to the temple and practice with us. And there are all forms of practices here, all kinds of practices here. Like we recite mantras, which will provide an additional layer of protection for you that will keep the demons away. Okay, but more importantly, you have the people here, especially the people who are running these way places. I chose them for the simple reason that they're able to help you. They're supposed to be able to help you. So the fact that you sit in the same room with them, like you sat with me from 9 o'clock to 10 a.m. here, okay, that is supposed to be very helpful for you in order in your practice. Okay, and So you should consider these special sessions. We do it on, put it on for your sake, for your to help you make progress. So take advantage of it. Okay, it's well worth it. Trust me. All right, Wei Mountain.
Yes. Master, we have a question from the Portugal sitting group.
Yes.
There's a new member there who's a woman that has knee and hip injuries. She has no more meniscus in either knee. She could sit in the easy pose for a very little bit, but not long. But when she sits longer, she usually sits in a kneeling, like the Japanese posture on a bench. And she could do that for up to an hour. And she asked if that posture is advisable, if she should do that, or if it's going to block her chi flow, or if she should just sit in a chair when she's not able to do the easy pose.
The Japanese style of doing that, I hesitate to give you an answer because I never used that for meditation. So I don't know, to be honest with you. Okay, what I teach you is from experience. Okay, I teach you these things because it's those tricks I discovered because I experimented so much over the years. Because my master disciples did not give me the answers I was looking for. And my master, the instructions were not clear. I didn't have a chance to ask him in person. I long to be able, I yearn to be able to do that. That's why I spend time to an hour with you. Usually it should be about 20 minutes. I give you an hour every time I sit here with you. It's because to give you more chances to ask me questions before I lose my memory. Okay, and to complete the point, I always to complete the answer to the question asked earlier, is it better to sit with me or the Dharma talks? Okay, it's both. Okay, the sit is supposed to be something for you to follow the instructions from the Dharma talks. The Dharma talks are designed to here and there throw things at you, and those are your personal instructions. Okay, so you have to pay attention. You sit there and you daydream, or you listen to music, or do something else, listen half-heartedly, you will miss those things, those instructions that are geared for you, for people at your level. In particular, you have certain individual obstructions, okay? And that's all you're going to get, okay? You want individualized instructions, going to cost you a lot more than you can afford. How is that? All right? Part of Chan training, too, is very important to understand this, is that, let's say that we charge you for those individualized instructions, okay? You say, okay, so you want to go to the next level, this is what you ought to do, okay? And then, so you pay for it. The next level, you ought to pay for more, right? It makes sense, okay? And eventually, you cannot afford to pay for it anymore, trust me. Your money will run out very quickly, okay? Because each level is much harder for you to climb, okay? To overcome, okay? That will work for a while. And then something terrible is going to happen, is that what it does is bring you to a wall. What wall? The wall of your ego. Ego says, I won't pay for it. I can afford it. Okay, me. So that's why the instructions are very casual. It's like indirect instructions, unless you're so stupid that there's no other choice but beat you on the head. Okay? Beat you up. Okay? And sometimes we do that too. Okay? Because no other choices left. But so the instructions are designed to be indirect, so that if pay attention, if you have the blessings, you say, "What? That's me." You don't have the blessings, we can repeat it to you in your face for 10 times. Say, "No, I disagree. I disagree with you. You're so wrong, Master. How dare you talk to me like that, Master? You're so wrong." Okay? So that's why the instructions are rarely direct. Okay? But on the other hand, there's sometimes, they're too often, where the monks and nuns are too dense and have too many heavy karmic obstructions. We need to beat them up. And that's called Linji style. You scream at them, we hit them, we whip them, we torture them, we starve them, all those things. Okay, and that's proven to work for them up to a certain level. Then they stop working. Okay, where are we? Oh, time is up. Any final questions before we adjourn for lunch? So again, the instructions are, they are spread out. It's not meant to be a thesis paper for you to understand what Chan meditation is about. Okay, so Master Shinhua's instructions are like spread out throughout his sutra lectures, throughout his Dharma talks, his Chan talks and stuff like that, because it's geared for the individuals who are there listening. And he says, time is right for his instruction. So it's woven into that moment, into the lecture materials. So it's on-the-fly instructions. When you're ready and you're there at the Dharma talk, okay, and you listen carefully, okay, the instruction will come. Okay, and again, very important point here. If you have enough blessings, you will understand. You don't have the blessings, not much we can do. You too.
Why do I feel sleepy after reciting the Shurangama Sutra for 2 hours? I studied, but I can't recall anything.
It's a lot of karmic obstruction, that's normal. The Shurangama mantra is a tool for you to use to fight the demons. So come and stop you right from the start. That's normal. Okay, and it's a good thing. Keep on fighting, keep on enduring it, and hopefully someday it's going to happen. Okay? You too. That's it? Okay, to be continued. Thank you, everyone. We stop here, and we invite you to go have lunch with us.